The Hamish and Andy Show podcast. Powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.
Right. It's time to get down to business. With your help, Hamish and Andy are covering off on every topic in the world. And right now, there is no topic more important than
news.
Before you do a skerrick of work today, make sure you know all there is to know about
the news.
When we talk business, we talk
news.
I'm Peter Harvey. This is Hamish and Andy's Business Brunch, and business starts now.
Bow ties done up, pants held up by braces. It's time to get down to business, Ham. The Business Brunch, Hamish and Andy with you, Ham. We go through every single topic in the world, one topic per day, over a 4-day week, and today's topic is news.
Well, when you're only doing 27 trillion topics, Ando, you only need to really hit 4 per week. It's a good strike rate. We've been doing it for many weeks now. Got through a lot more topics than we got through last year, so things are picking up. That's the good news.
On this day, Ham, April 18, 1930, the BBC radio announced there's no news today.
Finally.
And they just said there's no news today, and then piano music played.
I'd like to see a bit more of that, because I feel like...
a lot of filler.
There seems to be a rule that you have to fill up the news.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can just be, a slow news day. Sometimes it can just be going, look, we have a bar, and the bar is set at a certain height.
Yeah.
Nothing registered above the bar today.
Well, there was a news story a couple of weeks ago saying that Australians don't like meat pies as much as they used to. That's not news.
That's not news. That's just a thing. That's information. Yeah. It is information, exactly news.
I'd prefer piano music over reading that.
I think it would be. I'd like to see a newsreader play piano, even if it was a piano, like one of the fake pianos that just play by itself. I'd like to see them having a go at just playing piano.
An outstanding bit of correspondence, Ham, with an insight into the type of newsreaders that are picked by commercial TV stations. We want to get to the bottom of it straight after this on the Business Brunch. A company lady contacted us, hamishandy.com/topics. Always head there, check out what's about. Company lady Liv says, here's my news reporter theory. Has anyone else noticed this, or is it just me? ? I've never seen a lady news reporter with curly hair on Australian television.
Interesting.
Is there a clause in their contract stating they must have straight hair on screen?
I've never seen a man news reporter with curly hair.
I have curly hair myself.
I have slightly curly hair when it gets long.
This is what she said.
Yeah, I know. We're all just joining in, though. This is fun.
I have curly hair myself.
I have curly hair myself when it gets longer.
And I'm wondering if it's true, because in the future, and she's 15 years of age, she would like to be a news reporter.
Right. It's a very good point. Are curly-haired people less trustworthy? Because when it comes down to the news, all you ever hear is like, you can trust our news report.
Yeah,
the implication being like, those jerks over at Channel 7, they're liars. They make it up. They don't even have a car with a satellite on top. They just sit in their office going, let's just say an earthquake happened, even though we don't know if it did or not. So the implication is, if a news team that you can trust is going to give you the best news without any lies in it.
I would say straight-ahead people normally look more trustworthy off the bat, because
glasses help.
They're less scruffy.
I suppose an element of sternness, less scruffy.
Curly equals scruffy a little bit.
Yeah, but Einstein was scruffy.
Yeah.
He was a genius. Could you trust him?
Maybe not. Anyway, hey, we thought we'd get to the bottom of this. Let's call Channel...
Would you say Obama has slightly, he's got a shaved head, but it's starting to...
He hasn't got curly hair.
He hasn't got curly hair.
Let's call Channel...
You need to see an earlier picture of him, don't you?
Let's call Channel
Wonder
9.
how it would go if he grew it out.
It'd probably be a fro.
But it's possible.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see it.
That'd be awesome. A bit of a grey one now. He's got a bit grey. Anyway,
Sure.
Let's call Channel 9, Ham. Talk to Michael.
Yeah, we've got a choice here. What do we want to do? Do we want to call the White House and ask Obama to grow his hair out so we see if we trust him still? Or do we want to call Channel 9? Let's call Channel 9.
Yeah, okay.
Michael Healy is the head of TV. Yeah. He's our boss.
Yeah. Let's ask him whether he's going strictly...
Well, let's see if this is a policy.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can officially discuss...
Yeah.
because would it be discrimination? If Ronald McDonald wanted to read the news, and
Is he cool?
Michael Healy's office, Marianne speaking.
Hi, Marianne. It's Hamish and Andy. How are you?
I'm good, Hamish and Andy. How are you?
Yeah, we're really good.
Is Michael about?
Is Michael about? We just need to talk to him for 1 minute, but it's a little bit urgent.
Is it? He's in with Ginge at the moment.
Oh, that'd be fine. Put them both on speaker.
I mean, this is unexpected that we would get the bigger head of the network as well. But yeah, we'll take both.
You're so pushy, you boys, you know.
Oh, hey, going on. We've got
It's only 1 minute. I mean, they can call us for 1 minute anytime they want.
It could be the rest of my future.
That's true.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Well, do you know, we wanted to talk to them about the situation with, we're just doing a show at the moment on the news, and someone's noticed that you never see curly-haired
News
newsreaders.
reporters, yeah.
Can you think of a curly-haired newsreader? Probably the 80s don't count because everyone had but it doesn't seem like there are many around.
Not off the top of my head, no.
Yeah. Can you put us through the top dogs then? We can ask
I
them.
can put you through to makeup department, hair and makeup.
I suppose they know.
No, but it's more about the decision-making process.
I mean, I feel like the meeting that's happening between Michael and Gidget at the moment is pretty important, isn't it?
It probably could be.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I'm beginning to think we
You tell me that this is not going to air, though.
I'm beginning to think we...
You are on the radio. This is
Great.
I'm beginning to think we don't want to interrupt this meeting.
Do you think then, Marianne, because you see a lot of correspondence between our boss and our boss's boss in David Gingell, do you think that they've got more of a keener eye for non-curly-haired people, for news reporters, or it just happens to be the way the cookie has crumbled?
I think it's the way that the news reporters want to be presented, and they tell hair and makeup that they want their hair straightened.
Yeah,
right.
So it's really... So we might have had some closet curlies on.
You could have had closet curlies on.
And we... isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
We never to know, because here the people that we're meant to be trusting are covering up their hair.
Do you think Peter Overton's a closet curly?
Oh.
Is Charles Woolley a closet curly?
They might do other things to non-curl their hair.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, well, Marianne, thank you very much, and thank you probably for preserving our careers by not interrupting our boss.
And mine.
And
And
your
yours.
boss.
We probably owe you a really big one there. You might have just saved 3 jobs by barring one call.
You owe me.
we do owe you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks,
All
Marianne.
right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. It's the Business Brunch. Hey, so much correspondence, hamishandy.com/topics. Always head there. That's your ticket into this show. Let's get through the top 3 emails.
Fast Biz top 3.
Number 3.
3. And this comes in from company lady Annalise. It's a little bit of news for us. Our website that we set up last year, facetubes.biz.
Oh, yeah. That was for dads.
That was for my dad.
Have gripes.
Because Dad went to Heathrow Airport and
Didn't like the
he
service.
didn't like the queues. And he said, "You're lucky I don't put it on FaceTube." Just because Dad is the power that was in his fingertips to bring down Heathrow. Yeah. So obviously he's never put it on, because from what I understand, Heathrow still operates as an airport. And if Dad had ranted, they would have been dead within a week. Facetubes.biz was the website we were able to get. She said, I went on it a little while ago after listening to an old podcast. No longer does it have anything to do with crazy dads. Sorry. It's now become a bit of a forum.
For what?
Just anyone's.
Still gripe-based?
Yeah, it's someone's pretending to be us on there, saying some pretty derogatory things.
Oh, right, okay.
I've got a gripe with it now.
Yeah, okay.
Because people are logging on as Andy Lee saying bad things, then someone will log on as Hamish Blake going, I hate you all. So our news is, if you're ever at that website...
That's not us.
Not us. So it's just like, Hamish Blake, me and Andy hate you all. So just people going on like,
Where was that posted?
doesn't actually say, but
Okay.
it's Julia Gillard gets on and she's like, I'm disgraced by this website, stop having a go at us, Hamish and Andy.
So
Someone's like, I don't think this has been hacked, I think it's them. So it's not us. We're not logging on to facetubes.biz of a night time to just be angry at people and say horrible things.
Number 2.
Hey, and this one comes in from company man Dylan Fagerlund. Quite like the name, Dylan Fagerlund.
I loved him in Lord of the Rings.
He's now age 16. He wants to talk of a time where he was in the news.
Oh my God, he was in the news.
Yeah, and he says, when I was 13, I was hit by a car. It made the news. Most exciting moment of my life. Well worth the ramifications. Now, we had a bit of this. People going, it was great. I got hit by a tram, made the news, worth it. I was worried that this is what I'm doing here, Ham, is something that regular news broadcasters try and avoid sometimes. They go, actually, we won't, broadcast this because it might encourage other people to do it.
Yeah, right.
So in saying that, I've done it. But can we please stress that we do not want to see just a group of young individuals, great Australians, able-bodied, running out into traffic in the hope of making
Getting a
news.
minor injury and maximum exposure. No, just go on X Factor.
Yeah, that's it.
Number 1.
And Simon Finlay, he's takes us back to a time which I think a lot of us could be familiar with. Back in the day, he writes in, company man Simon writes, my dad always watches the news. He starts at 5 o'clock and he'll hit every newscast until 8:30. And it's worth noting, we got this a little bit, it's such a wonderful dad move.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I think they could start at 4 o'clock. I think Channel 9 gets on at 4, though that's mostly entertainment shows. Channel 9 doesn't mind running a few news stories on The Voice, just recapping what happened last night.
But it used to be 10, because that was first
at 5
You
was
cop
Channel
an-
10.
You take an hour of
You
that
cop
in your
in an
head.
hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you go on for
6
7
o'clock.
7 or 9, whatever you want.
Then you got your usual broadcast. 6:30 SBS.
SBS.
Which was when usually we were like, no, what about Neighbours? Forget about it. SBS is happening till 7. Classic ABC news slot. 7:30 report.
Then
would usually take you through to 8 o'clock.
And then
that was your end of your free to air.
Yeah, Dad said you can have the TV back, but you've got 20 minutes
be like,
before you
oh,
have to brush your teeth.
Thanks. Yeah, we got maybe 21 minutes of Frasier, but I can't even laugh because you filled me up with 2 solid hours of global war. We had a lot of people writing and going, why is it just bad news on the news? And that's a fair complaint. A lot of the time it's just pretty depressing stuff on there. But then also there are news shows which are only about positive stuff. They kind of oscillate between very bad and very good. So you got a lotto winner.
Something fantastic. Lotto winner,
Nuclear war, the lotto winner. Bad fire. Cute kitten. Very good, very bad. We have seen a giant hole. When you're just playing around the edges like that, when you just go on the good extreme or the bad extreme, you leave the middle of the road wide open for Ando and I to come in and not be too excited about things, but also not to get you down either. Yeah. We give you our new news report.
Hamish and Andy's Middle of the Road News.
Tonight on Hamish and Andy's Middle of the Road News, we kick things off with a war report from the New South Wales town of Tathra.
No war reported.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Is there even perhaps a flower show on this weekend?
No flower show, but no war either. So nothing going on there. That's nice, I think.
That's lovely stuff.
Yeah. In economics news, look, obviously some things went down, some things went up, but really, it's historically, I think everything sort of comes out in the wash, doesn't it?
A lot more important things to care about than the share market.
Yeah, like spending time with your kids.
Maybe taking up a new hobby.
Oh, heck. Maybe just go for a walk.
Lovely.
Moving on to sport, and, well, aren't sports people great?
They really are. They really inspire us with an attitude of never giving up. And whether it's in individual sports or team sports, their achievements show us the best of human physicality.
Lots of different results from the weekend, but I just think rather than get bogged down in specifics, we here at the news desk just want to say, in general, in the spirit of good sportsmanship
and sportswomanship,
right you are, we just want to say, good on you, gang.
Here.
Do we have time for the scores, though?
We do not. Okay. We don't. But moving on to weather, and again, without really going into specifics, it's just going to be a mixed bag.
Yeah, obviously you're going to have some hot days, you're going to have some cold days, wherever you are, but really, it's all good fun, isn't it? No matter what.
It really is.
Yeah. Well, that's all we've got time for here at the Middle of the Road News, I would like to say. Have a normal evening.
Not too bad. Not too crazy either.
We'll catch you tomorrow.
Unless you'd rather not.
Of course. Bye-bye.
Hamish and Andy's Business Brunch.
The topic is, of course, news, Ham, and company lady Jordan has emailed in. And she writes, I'm a serial news journalist pest.
Oh, good.
But it appears that she doesn't just target weather people. We've known that the weatherman has a tough time of things because they normally have to do outside broadcasts.
Sure. Mike Larkin on Channel 10, for us, will always be the most bothered news guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes people make him crack, and that's just fun.
And you and I bothered him.
We've bothered him before.
Formative years.
Yeah, we've been botherers of Mike. I think he should have T-shirts on hand that say, I've bothered Mike.
Company lady Jordan Ham has, she doesn't look like she's just targeting weather people. She said if a journalist is doing any interviews on the street, she will just linger. And on several occasions, her friends have abandoned her as she's been trying to get a chance to be interviewed.
Great.
And she's found herself on the telly. To tell us more about it, joining us, company lady and journalist pest, Jordan, how are you?
Hey guys, how are ya?
Really good, Jordan. How many news reports would you say you've been on?
About 3.
Yeah,
Great.
Good. How many times?
3's a trend.
How good are you at getting on if you see something happening, say like times per linger?
It's pretty good. I literally just walk around them and I'm in the background of all the other interviews, and then they're like, oh, do you want to be interviewed? And I just sort of feign shock and I'm like, oh, me? Okay, guys, sure.
Yeah.
Can you recreate your best interview for us?
What was the topic on?
All right, it was about Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Great. So just someone went down to the mall to
Yeah.
where the news was the hottest.
It was on Cavill Avenue in Queensland. I was just on holiday and I walked around and pretending to drink out of the water fountain behind them.
Great. Almost like a background extra in a bad beachside soap.
Yeah, it looks like they've paid me to be there, but I'm just a pest.
Okay, and then, so what were they asking you?
They just asked me if I knew who Brad and Angelina were, and I was like, yeah, and they were telling me that Brad might be coming out to Australia to do a movie and what I thought about that. And my first comment was, well, it's going to cost a lot in airfare.
Yeah, that's good.
And when that came out of your mouth, was there a little voice in your head saying, great, I'm definitely on the news for this?
Yeah, I'm in.
Have you done an interview and not appeared on the news so they've cut you?
No, I've never been touched.
Wow.
100%
Do you
of your comment.
someone like the Chick Boom Girl
Yeah.
and just go, that's really like the height of eyewitness accounts?
Yeah, that's what you need to get to.
So what were the other two ones? You had Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Obviously, we all needed to know your opinion on that.
Yeah, well, I called him a spunk. How could they not put the word spunk on
They're
there?
going to definitely put spunk on the air.
Well done. What were the other two?
One was on the same day.
Yeah.
It was
Same
the weather-
journalist?
Yeah, no, different journalist. He was a weatherman, so I did pester the weatherman.
Yeah, good.
So did you
And
get
I
any audio on that one?
No,
or was it just
no
a background
audio.
pest?
I was doing yoga in the background on the beach.
That's
Fake
good.
yoga.
Yep. And
You
then,
Never done yoga before in my life.
Great.
and then what was your last one?
Another weatherman.
Another weatherman, yeah.
What'd you go for this time?
Just at the train station in Melbourne doing a bit of background action.
Yeah, nice.
Do you eyeball the camera or do you pretend it's not there?
No, totally not there.
Professional.
Professional.
I just
Camera's
sort
not
of
your friend.
walk around that no one's seen me. I'm just in the background, just walking down the street.
What about at a sports event? Would you like to get in the background of a sports event and do victory signs and hold up a scarf or something? Is that a goal?
Oh, that's the plan. That's the ultimate goal.
And would you like to go in the background and pretend to be in a invisible canoe rowing back and forth behind the sports reporter?
I would do it.
Yes. Well, Jordan, we look forward to a day where the Logies do recognise some great background action.
Weather pests.
Weather
Look,
pests.
I can only hope.
Would you be up for, if we could talk to people in TV, for a day when it's sort of like, bring your dad to work day or whatever, or bring your kids to, whatever they do at work. Would you be up for a role reversal day where pests are allowed to do the news and the journalists are allowed to be mucking around in the background?
I would so do that.
Okay, great.
Would you be annoyed by the journalists mucking around in the background of your news report, or would you welcome their pestiness?
No, I welcome it. I'm a pest, so I gotta take it back, don't I?
When the pesties on the other foot, it can be difficult.
Well, we'll talk about journos become pests day, and we'll try and do it later in the year.
Thanks, Jordan.
When's my bio prac now? Uni's calling me.
Okay, sorry, mate. Good on you.
Jordan. It's all we've got time for. This
I thought she's at uni.
She's like, yeah, but sorry, I've got to go
Sorry,
back
I've
into
got to
my
do my-
bio prac.
Sorry, I've got to do biology. I'm actually a really smart scientist.
Hamish
But when
and-
I get a chance, a pest.
HamishNanny.com for anything you may have missed. The podcast is there. More topics up constantly. It's been a pleasure doing business with you, everyone.
Thank you.
That was the Hamish and Andy Show podcast, powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.